Okay, so a huge Supreme Court decision just dropped. The headlines are everywhere, everyone's got an opinion, but have you ever wondered how to get past all that noise and figure out what the court really said? Well, in this explainer, we're going to give you the exact toolkit to do just that.
It's a familiar feeling, right? You see that notification pop up on your phone, SCOTUS rules on some super complex topic. You know it's a big deal, but all the instant analysis can feel, well, kind of confusing, even contradictory. So how do you get to the heart of the matter yourself? Look, headlines are great for telling you what happened, the final score. But the real story, the interesting part, is in the why, the legal thinking behind it, and the how this one decision fits into the giant puzzle of American law. We're going to walk you through a simple process you can use every single time to uncover that deeper story.
All right, let's dive in. Your journey from confusion to clarity starts right here, with a resource that's literally designed to make the complicated stuff simple. Meet your new best friend, SCOTUSblog. I'm serious. It is without a doubt the single best place to start. It's run by lawyers and journalists who live and breathe the Supreme Court, and their whole mission is to translate that dense legalese into something the rest of us can actually understand. And they really mean it. This isn't just some marketing slogan, it's baked into the DNA of the site. They have a whole series called Plain English, or Cases Made Simple, that breaks down what a case is about, what both sides argued, and what the final opinion means, all in a totally straightforward way.
And it's so much more than just summaries. SCOTUSblog is like your central hub. It connects you to real-time analysis, background info on the justices, and even a glossary for when you hit a legal term that makes you go, huh. It's a genuine one-stop shop to get your bearings.
So once you've got the basics down from SCOTUSblog, you're ready to zoom out. It's time to see how this one puzzle piece fits into the massive picture of constitutional law.
See, a Supreme Court decision almost never just appears out of thin air. It's part of a long, ongoing conversation the country's been having for centuries. And there are two incredible and totally free resources that let you listen in on that conversation.
First up, we've got the Justia U.S. Supreme Court Center. Think of this as a gigantic, searchable library of the court's entire history. I mean everything, from the very first cases in the 1790s right up to the decisions from last week. It's all there, and it's all free.
Now, what's really powerful here is its topic browser. Justia lets you follow the thread of a legal idea through history. So if you're curious about, say, free speech, you can actually see how the court's thinking has changed over decades. It lets you connect the dots between today's case and everything that came before it.
Our second tool for getting the bigger picture is the Constitution Annotated, which is hosted by the Library of Congress. Okay, so if Justia is the library of cases, think of this as the official director's commentary for the Constitution. It takes every single clause and explains line by line how the Supreme Court has interpreted those words over time. It's amazing.
So think of it this way. Two tools, two different jobs. You use Justia to follow the trail of a specific legal topic through history. Then you use Constitution Annotated to understand how a single phrase in the Constitution, like due process of law, has been defined and redefined by the court again and again.
You've read the summary, you've explored the context. Now it's time for the final step, the main event, going directly to the source and reading what the justices themselves actually wrote.
This brings us to the United States reports. This is it, the official, final, authoritative record of what the court decides. When you want to know exactly what was said with zero filter, this is where you have to go.
These aren't just transcripts. They're these carefully prepared volumes that have the main opinion, sure, but also any concurring or dissenting opinions, plus a detailed summary of the case. They are literally the primary source document of American constitutional law.
And the whole process is pretty formal. An opinion gets released by the court, then it's published in these temporary soft-cover books called preliminary prints. And then, eventually, a bunch of those are combined, bound together, and published as one single permanent volume of the U.S. reports. It's like cementing it in history. And here's the best part, you do not need a fancy law degree or a library card to get them. The Supreme Court's own website has every single volume from 1991 onward, that's over 500 volumes, available for free, right there as downloadable PDFs. Decades of legal history are literally at your fingertips.
So, let's put it all together, shall we? You now have a complete, practical toolkit to take you from seeing a breaking news headline to having a deep,
personal understanding of any Supreme Court decision.
Here's your workflow, your game plan, all in one spot. You start with SCOTUSblog for that clear, plain English summary. Then you use Justia and Constitution Annotated to get all that rich historical and constitutional context. And finally, you go to the U.S. reports to read the opinion for yourself.
And that's the most important thing to take away from all this. This isn't just about one case. It's a repeatable method. It gives you the power to move past being a passive consumer of news and become an active, informed citizen who can actually engage with the court's work on your own terms.
So the next time a big ruling comes down, you won't have to just take someone else's word for what it all means. You'll have the math, you'll have the library key, you'll have the toolkit. The only question left is, where are you going to begin?